Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining in and for another great video here. It's a very important video about something that's going to be outstandingly important to you in regards to your success in life and just you being the better you that you're meant to be. We're going to talk about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yes, how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. How do you do that? Now, it's quite difficult, but doable. Quite difficult, but doable. You see, it really is the mind. It's a mind thing. It's starting off with seeing the big picture, developing in your mindset that the circumstances that you're uncomfortable in right now are for a reason. Yes, for a bigger reason. Yes, it's a very difficult thing to do, but we're going to talk about a practical way that we can get some comfort in that discomfort. So many people might say, you can just change your mindset. You can just, you know, challenge yourself, get up one day and have that spirit and say, hey, I can, face this and, it's going to be uncomfortable. Anyway, I can do it. All those different things. And that's fine because it's positive, but it's far more than that. Let's be real. It's very challenging and it's difficult. Just to even think about being uncomfortable, any form of discomfort. So do you just throw your hands up and say, well, especially if you tried that, be uncomfortable and try to find some comfort in it for a certain reason, usually to achieve something or accomplish something, or just, personal challenge. Well, yeah, it is something that is overwhelming. But do you say, well, since it's such an enormous task, just throw away the notion of it, do away with it, not even try to, conceive the thought of being comfortable with being uncomfortable? No, you don't want to do that. Not just yet. So, what do we do about this situation? Well, again, think about the big picture. Keep your eyes on the prize. Know that it's bigger than you and things that you're going through right now, uncomfortable and discomfort as it is for a purpose. So, one thing that I did myself, use myself as an example, to try to learn, and I would like to encourage you to do this exercise as well, an experiment. And it was helpful to me as a few other people that I shared it with. I would buy some ankle weights because work out from time to time, buy ankle weights and just put ankle weights on one ankle. Ankle weights people use to work out and exercise. I would take one and just put it around my ankle and then just go about, my day sometimes. Some days I would just run errands with the ankle weight on, just one ankle weight. And I felt, a little, heaviness in my leg. Of course, that's just natural. But after a few steps, it wasn't so bad. And then a few more steps, I slowly kind of got used to it. And then a few more steps after that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do this for at least a half hour. So I kept the ankle weight on and I went out and ran some errands for about an hour and a half. And I had some, pants on, of course. I didn't have shorts on. Even though if I just had shorts on, it would be fine. I would have explained to people why, I had the one ankle weight on. But yes, I went out. It was a regular day and ran some errands. I didn't go do a full day's work. That day was an off day. And again, an hour and a half or so. And yeah, it was from time to time throughout that hour, I felt a little bit of heaviness, but I got through it. And I said to myself, you know what? You know what? After I got home, after an hour and a half or so, I felt a little tiredness in my leg. There's a little bit discomfort there. I said, you know what? I accomplished that. Because at first, when I put it on for the first few minutes, I was like, a few steps, how am I going to do this? It's not worth it. It's why put the discomfort? Why make myself uncomfortable? But I did it anyway. And I accomplished something. I accomplished that I could make myself feel uncomfortable doing just a regular routine. And I accomplished that. I started off with thinking that, hey, let me take something not so overwhelming, not so huge, but an ankle weight and put it on and see how I could do it. And for an hour and a half, I did it. The next day, I did the same thing. It was on the weekend. I put the other ankle weight on my right ankle and went out for a walk. Did a couple more errands that day. So it all came down to about another 2 hours. Yes, I was just out and about. So for 2 hours, I had weights on my ankles. Again, a little trying, but after each step, got through it. It was 2 hours. It was a little tough, but I did it. I made myself uncomfortable. But at the same time, I was making my legs, my ankles stronger. Not really knowing that and thinking about that. I'll just think about, the process of wearing it and getting through my short routine for those couple of days. And most of all, achieving something from a mental standpoint, making myself feel uncomfortable and getting used to being uncomfortable in a situation that can help prepare me mentally, emotionally, even physically. So that was an experiment that I tried. I accomplished it. You may say, well, that's not a huge thing. Well, at first it was because, again, I didn't want to put that added weight on my ankle and just go throughout the day, but I did. So I did that. And then the next week, I wore them for even longer. Yes. So I did it for a few weeks. And the thing of it was, not only was I, increasing the strength of my body, but I was proving to myself that making myself feel uncomfortable, I could not only do it, but what I was doing was I was making my body even more stronger. So I was looking at it from another perspective as well. And that's the thing about being in a very uncomfortable situation. Your whole perspective. Think about that word perspective. Perspective meaning, the different ideals, the different thoughts, the different options and ways of seeing a particular thing, circumstance, or situation, hopefully in a positive light. And that's what I was doing. I was looking at it in a positive light when I was in that uncomfortable situation where I was putting extra weight or a bit of an extra burden on myself. But I accomplished it. And that was an experiment that I did. Now, you can try other experiments to put a little extra weight on you or extra burden or whatever the situation is to make you feel just that bit uncomfortable as opposed to doing your regular daily task. You can see how you will come through that and you will gain a different perspective and a sense of confidence from achieving and accomplishing that task. Even again, if it's just putting on some ankle weights or maybe carrying some luggage or groceries up the stairs as opposed to taking the elevator. Again, by doing that is exercise. It's difficult and it's a little burdensome, but you're getting the exercise in, you're getting that cardio in, making yourself feel uncomfortable in that situation. So it's the outlook and the perspective of the whole situation at hand. It's making your mind over. That's how you get comfortable, or a sense of comfort, sense of purpose, sense of comfort being in an uncomfortable situation. So there could be other experiments and other ideals that you might come up with. And I'll encourage you to think about that. Maybe, walk an extra block or two away from your home or residence to get the exercise in, walk around the block at work, at home, you know, wherever it is, put a little bit more on yourself. And it's uncomfortable. It's discomforting. It's some blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak. Not, hopefully not literally blood, but it's a little bit more. And seeing that you are you're accomplishing something that is practical, is real, and doable. And again, these are steps. You do this as a practice, as an experiment, and then you build upon that. And then with that, you can try to do other different things. Because after you have accomplished that, you'll see that, wow, I can do these other things. You gain that sense of esteem, and again, confidence comes with that. So it's your outlook, having a meaningful outlook on that particular situation that's making you feel uncomfortable. Now, sometimes we're put into circumstances and situations where, we didn't have any choice in the matter, and it made us feel uncomfortable or experiencing discomfort, such as trials and tribulations, that come at any time, unfortunate situations that we find ourselves in. Well, in preparation for that, and to deal with that even better, is to try these experiments. It's like an exercise. When you exercise, use an analogy, illustration, when you exercise to empower your body, to strengthen your body. But try different circumstances and different experiments of things that make you feel uncomfortable, discomfort, so that when you do experience discomfort, things are uncomfortable, there's a sense of preparedness in that. So again, these are just some ideals, practical, even doable things to really take into consideration. So with that, understanding that being in a very uncomfortable situation, find that encouragement while in that. Watch videos like mine, as I repeatedly say this, because my channel offers these helpful tips and encouragement, and others, and read about different things and watch inspiring movies to help you in that particular situation, so that you can keep your head to the sky, to keep your eyes on the prize, knowing that when you go through this difficult situation, it's not as overwhelmingly terrible as it really is, because nothing is really as bad as it seems or as good as it seems. It's always a middle ground in life throughout our journey of ebb and flows, which we're always going through in life, the peaks and the valleys. So during those valley times, discomfort times, see that there are times of growth. There are times of developing characteristics and attributes in that. So I want to share that experiment with you. And also, I did another experiment where I had tape and duct tape, and I put it around my wrist and duct tape my wrist to my body, and just use my arm for an hour to eat and to cook so that I can, you know, be uncomfortable, learning how I can be, still useful and do, wonderful things, do things that I was doing when using both hands. Or, you know, don't, use don't use shoelaces. Uh, your shoes might slip or whatever like that. Walk more carefully, whatever, uh, bend down more to lift things up, whatever the situation is. Make yourself uncomfortable, knowing that it's building up stamina and endurance. That's right. See it in that perspective, see it in that light. Do whatever it is. I'm just throwing out some ideas. Maybe you can add on to that. Okay. So, wear, uh, extra clothing on, in the summertime. You don't want to go out looking like a crazy person like that, but make yourself even more hot or even more cold. You know, do whatever it is. Do these different challenges. It's been popular, these ice challenges and different challenges the last couple of years people have been doing. It's a good thing in that because what it does is it gives you a sense of preparedness and the whole ideal of it. It's something positive in that. Now, people do it for entertainment reasons and other reasons too, but yeah, it's some value in that. In other words, to again get your mindset in the frame of saying that, okay, what's making me uncomfortable right now? Again, it's temporary, but at the same time, I'm finding some other things that are useful and perhaps of value out of that. Even that's even in that particular situation during that specific time. So try different experiments and different things to challenge yourself. Just to challenge yourself, and you will come out of it. You will be able to do it. Yeah, start off slow. Do something for an hour, half hour. That's you don't usually do that. It causes a little, bit more discomfort in your life, and you'll see that you'll come out of it even more empowered. And that's the whole key, because empowerment is what it's all about. Empowerment, success, and happiness. So I want to share that with you about the perspectives of being in uncomfortable situations and things that make you not feel so good at times. But hey, it's again perspective. Something to think about, something to think about, something to think about. And I'm so happy again that you joined in. Please continue to support the channel, share, like, and in any way possible, keep supporting the channel. You're the best, you really are. You're worth it. You deserve it. All the best to you. Until next time, Mr. Motivator, Dave with you. Peace. Take care.